Yo, yo, on my south side is my north side is west sides. Hillsdale, throw your, this is where it's at. This is where it's from. This is what we do all day. Y'all niggas ain't cut from my cloth, so they stop making our motherfucking fabric. 41 block of Shenandoah, 4300 block of Page, 68th Street in Hillsdale. All day long, these the motherfuckers that bred and fed. Shout out to Warren G, Beanie, Kevin Kev, Amen, Nisi, Frico, Wan, Chucklehead T, this whack nigga over here. Shout out to Mom, Petey, Normandy, all the niggas that's out there that's doing it, been doing it since we've been doing it and got away with it. We some cold motherfuckers, y'all. We did that shit from the Ville to the Hillsdale. This is what we do. This is where we from. But this is week 7
Week 7
of the Thursday morning pre-cap. Yeah. Shout out to
It's
my
on. Like my jump shot. Cha-ching.
Oh, so because you added that changes the
What the cha-ching?
Welcome to week 7, the halfway point of the season. Thursday morning pre-cap. I am your host, Big Mo. This is my co-host, Roy from the motherfucking Rankins crew. I want to give shout out to our sponsors. 5206 North Broadway, on Broadway Liquor. That's where I get my liquor, owned by our very own El Patrol. Shout out to Moan, 5026 North Broadway. Go get you some. Then we have BC Plumbers, licensed, bonded for all your commercial and your residential needs, owned and operated by the homie Anthony Clark, aka Lil Petey.
If you like small, short little plumbers, Lil Petey is the guy because he's about 5'5". That's why I be like, fuck Lil Petey. Short niggas get on my nerves.
Yeah. So disclaimers. The views of the Thursday morning pre-cap and the No Money Morning Quarterback are not necessarily those of the commissioner, the league commissioner, and co-commissioner, and the league at large. These are strictly our opinions. If you follow our advice and that shit work out, great. Because that motherfucker right there been giving y'all some gems, and I'm going to hit on a lot of them. And if shit work out, give us our credit. Just leave a comment. Hit a subscribe. To be like, shout out to Roy. Shout out to Mo. But if you holler that shit and it don't work out, you're a grown fucking man. If you're not in the chat room, get in there. But I'm not even finna bore the people with all the formalities. This is week 7. This is
out.
Huh? I'm sorry.
I give out free advice.
Free. Don't cost you shit.
I don't need
real.
I don't need you to give me any credit after I give you this game. But I am very disappointed in this league. Very upset with all you guys.
Tell us why.
Put out that I bid. I placed a bid on Isaac
Guerrero,
whatever. Guerrero, IG. That's what I put out. I put out a $500 bid. I put this out clear on all the group platforms for $500. All you had to do was be at 501. He would have been yours. But in the words of Norm Zennin, aka Chibo
Burgers,
he said we stupid because we didn't bid on a third string running back. Question mark. Okay. Just want to let y'all know. I'm very upset that I won the bid. I'm very, very upset. I've spent about $800 on 3 players because y'all refused to outbid me when I clearly showing y'all what I'm bidding on, but y'all don't want to bid.
They don't want him that much.
Obviously not.
Brian wanted him
Obvious.
for 350.
Mm.
I don't know what he was on, but he need him. But no, Roy from the Rankins crew gives out a lot of advice and a lot of shit that I listen to. Y'all should listen to. Some of the shit I say, y'all should listen to. Some of the shit he be wrong on. Some of the shit I'm wrong on. But that's basically it. Let's go jump into the show. We gonna start with this Thursday, so we're gonna do the standings. Currently tied for first place in the East, but the first person is New York City Matrix at 3-3, tied with Brandon at 3-3, but New York City Matrix holds the head-to-head. Missouri Kings out there first place in the West. Team Commish, number one team in all the land. Out the South, number one, and the number two team, the Ass Kickers. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 Team Commish, the Ass Kickers, Kings, Missouri Kings leading the division. Shout out to the motherfucking Kings. And said still leading his division right now. You got Chibo Burgers in the first wild card, World Boss up in the second, People's Champ and Cheese Dudon. The rest of you motherfuckers need to get your game up so you can get mentioned. So when we
Say
jump,
it shouldn't be mentioned.
he has to be mentioned. He's first in his division. He has to be mentioned.
Say it's on a free fall.
He might be, but you know what? Fuck it. Let's go ahead and start with Sid then, since you got so much goddamn shit to say. I'm gonna say this.
Sad for. Like we is not starting with said. People come here and the first segment of any show, they want to know, they want the hot topic. They don't want to talk about fucking said. So get to the hot topic. I shouldn't have to tell you. So I'm just gonna wait. And then if you wrong, I'm gonna berate you. The hot topic. Let's go. The hot topic of the day.
You gonna berate me?
The hot topic of the day. Let's go.
What you got? Team Commish, cousin versus cousin. I'm assuming you want to talk about the rivalry between Chibo Burgers and Cheese.
Stop playing. Would you stop it?
All right. The ass kicker
see,
world boss.
Because you all week
Mm-hmm.
you've been telling me, or you've been telling the group,
Mm-hmm.
this is just another game.
It is, and I'm gonna get to that.
Which is ridiculous. I call bullshit.
I will give you your time, and I know you want all your time. And
I just call it bullshit because we got receipt.
You will have your time
of big game talking.
It wasn't big game
talking. September 6th.
All right.
Since September 6th.
All right.
You was talking big time.
Do you want to lead on this? Or you want me to go ahead and start get this stuff out the way?
We need to talk about this game.
Look, the Ass Kickers currently sit 5-1, second place team in all the land. You got 3-3 World Boss, third in the division. Currently projected to hit 249. Projections don't win games, points due. The Ass Kickers at 215. You got Jordan Love, May, and Reed coming out at your tops. You got Jaden Daniels. I can't say enough about him. Bijan Robinson, they got him slated to hit 22. That's crazy. And 19 for Jefferson. Now, the rivalry in itself, before I get into the actual factuals, we're going to spend some time on this. The rivalry goes back to the beginning. We're going to say, what was that, 2012, 2013? Somewhere
2015. 2015. It actually started 2016.
2016.
Because Lennox made a comment, and then you got real salty about it.
Okay. And we'll get to that. You get your time. So anyway, and for a very long time, the World Boss had a commanding lead in this rivalry. As we sit, the World Boss has not beaten the Ass Kickers in years, literal years. The last time they faced one another outside of a tank season was the 11-4 season. Both of them had 11-3 season. Both had, and the Ass Kickers took the division because he didn't believe his bullshit in BBE. And this young man is going to keep me honest on anything that I say that's different. Um, but as of, you got 2 tank years. Currently, the Ass Kickers leads the world boss in career wins. The Ass Kicker has a championship, and that's something that the world boss hates that they don't hold over the head. This rivalry is deep, very deep. As far as this being just another game, and I'm going to go ahead and get into the numbers right after that. I'm going to keep those very brief.
Mm.
As far as another game, currently the Ass Kickers are one, first in their division, second in the league. And the reality is, the best that you can do at 3-3 is hope that you can get to 500. I will go 5-2 if that were to be at the end of the day. I'm still well on my way, and you need this win more than I do. And I'll say this: this is why I say that you need the win more than I. I mean, there's no win for me, and here's why.
Oh,
Here's what you're gonna have your time. Here's why there's no win for me. If I beat you, you the 5-1 team, you the second place team. Uh, okay, you had a good game, this, that, and other. But these niggas, especially this nigga right here, and Brian, Lil Larry, and any motherfucker body else, they not rooting for you, nigga. They rooting against me. So you gotta understand, nigga, this ain't about you. This is about me. I'm not a nice motherfucker. I say all the shit that y'all hate, and I call you motherfuckers what it is. And I tell you motherfuckers what it is. So y'all hate that. So nigga, they not rooting for you. They rooting against me. The same way last week, motherfuckers wasn't rooting for Lil Larry. Lil Larry is Lil Larry. Shit, he having a bomb ass season, but they was rooting against me. I made you relevant again, nigga. So this rivalry, at the end of the day, overall, it's just another week to me. You week 7, and that's what I'm gonna call you, nigga. You are week 7. So with that being said, overall, both of these teams, 249. You got a couple of people. You put Quentin Johnson. He didn't practice today. Dallas Goddard. I don't think he practiced today. But also on the flip side, you got Jaden Reed and Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason had a no contact jersey on. So this is going to be really, really going to be the game of the week. And I have the Ass Kickers continuing their winning ways, and they going 6-1. Even though this nigga said that they was going 7-0, the Ass Kickers 6-1. World boss 3-4. Write it down.
so let me ask you something.
Mhm.
Ass Kickers win this game.
Yes.
You just move on to week 8. You
Yes.
don't say a word.
Nah.
Okay. First off, people, let me give y'all the true history, not this bullshit ass history that this motherfucker made. First off, the rivalry started in 2016 because he got offended because Cam Newton was on the bye and he knew he was gonna lose. Some motherfucker, the world boss talks some shit to him. Boom, rivalry born. He was all salty. They was in a straight up war words. I'm talking about hours back and forth. Hours, not 30 seconds, 30 minutes, hours.
Facts.
Okay.
Facts.
Lennox. Lennox, I was part of this war. I talk shit too. Lennox went out, won a championship against all odds in 2017. We called it luck. We said, oh, it's luck. Do it again, blah, blah, blah. Come back, do it again if you real good. Oh, guess what happened? 2018,
Back to
he
back.
comes back and win. And guess who he played in the championship game? Looking at him right here. So all this, I won a championship and this and that. Lennox came back, won 2 championships. Not just one, he won 2, and he won one against him in the championship game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So turn of the 2020 season comes. Some people lead the division. It was just him and Lennox in the division. Some
Mm-hmm.
other guys that was in the South left.
Mm-hmm.
This guy wins the division. He sweeps them.
What guy?
He sweeps. You won the division. I
Well,
said this
you
guy.
said this guy. It's like I
This
just
guy right here. What if when I say Lennox, I say Lennox? See, you see how you so talkative. Let me tell the story. He wins the division, sweep them, and then after that year, he leaves. Why he leaves, we don't know.
we
But
do
he
know.
leaves the
Don't
division.
do that. Now you said you're gonna tell the truth. Tell the truth. You got the
Why'd you
text
leave?
messages.
Why'd you leave?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about I left the division? I thought you were
That's
talking
what
about
I.
leaving the chat room.
No, you
Oh,
left the division.
yeah, I left the division. I went to go pursue other things. I'd already beat his ass. So I went to pursue. I'm you asking. I'm telling. I went to. Then I went and won the East.
He
Right.
left. He left his division rival. So then, since 2020, they don't play twice a year anymore. So they only play once a year. And since 2020, when they uh once they've been playing, World Boss hasn't beat him. They don't play twice a year again. Every year they play once a year, and then 1 year they don't play at all because the way to rotate the rotation of the so you've got 2 games, then a rotation.
There's
Within
always the
these
option to
times,
see somebody in the
in
playoffs.
these
Right.
times,
I'm sorry.
in these times they haven't played
Mhm.
but 2 or 3 times, and the ass kickers has won all 3 times. Now, this whole there's no win for me. This whole everybody's against me. That's bullshit. This is it ain't but a couple big time rival games, and even though they don't play twice a year in division, this is still a rivalry. These cats still go at each other's head every day. It's weak sauce. I'ma say it. He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy, but he is laying the groundwork for a win-win, even if he lose. Because this is a rivalry game. These cats don't like you having nothing on top of them ever. When when World Boss played the People's Champ, which is a
Mhm.
new rivalry, this was about talking shit. This is about having one up on your opponent. He said all these things. The same applies to this game. So I don't want to hear no weak sauce about if I lose, I'm 5-2. This ain't about your record. This is about my team coming up with your team head to head and who gonna win. These teams are pretty much at their best. Now,
Mhm.
World Boss has a big projection lead. We've given you your credit before and said your stack always comes in so far when the stack is playing, they've came in higher than the projection every time. So again, I want to hear no excuses
Mhm.
about everybody against me. Everybody's trying to win their individual
Nobody
games,
said
but we
everybody was.
recognize. Oh, you did. That's exactly what you said.
What I said was they
You
not
said
rooting for him. I'm talking about just our games individually. They not rooting
hey,
for him. They rooting against me. You think
ain't
Brown?
that the same? Ain't that the same? Everybody against me. What did I just say? What's the difference
I
from?
named 4 people.
Okay, so they rooting against you. Everybody rooting against you, right?
4 people.
They rooting against you, right?
Yes.
So everybody against you.
Then 4 people.
Anybody rooting for you?
No.
So everybody rooting against you.
Okay.
Oh man, stop trying to play this victim role. This is about yo. This ain't about people caring about whether you win or lose. This is the rivalry. And I'm gonna say it right now, and I'm telling everybody right now. Lennox came in and he ready to talk his shit.
And he
This
can't.
guy, this guy, this guy right here.
No. No.
This guy, no. I let you talk. This guy right here has been real mid. He's been, hey, I'm the champ. I mean, I'm the division leader. I'm 5-1. Hey, if anything, I'll be 5-2 if I lose. It's no big deal. That's some weak shit.
He
I
need to
never
gain for the lead.
seen.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
never seen it's some weak shit, and I never seen him come at a rivalry game ever with this type of bitch assness. As far as the game go, let me get into the analysis of the game. What I would like to see. First off, I think Dallas Goddard is in the lineup for
Show.
projections only.
Mhm.
I would love to see him move Terry McLennan out of that flex into that wide receiver spot. And if he's gonna start Quentin Johnson, have him and Lad McConkey just side by side. That would be awesome.
Quentin Johnson
Um,
play.
huh?
Quentin Johnson's not playing.
Why would you say that?
Just remember, hold on, this Thursday morning
I'm just
precast.
asking. I'm
When we
just
talk
asking.
about
Why
it,
would you say that?
when we talk about it on Monday,
I'm just
remember I
asking.
said it. Okay,
Why would you say that? Because his ankle.
he's not gonna. He's not gonna play.
You seen? Didn't? I'm just asking. You seen it his
I'm
ankle?
telling you, he's not gonna play.
You okay? If you say so, that you might want him to play because if he can't turn to
You got to go to Ridley or Ertz.
yeah,
What I don't
he,
understand, this is one of the things. As you go ahead and look through those, I'm talking to
yeah, he
you,
might
my
go to
opponent.
Ertz or Ridley. He could probably go to Ridley.
Why would you let the head coach get out of your hands? And I just saw, and I wasn't gonna say shit, but I saw somebody sign the defensive special teams today.
The defensive who?
Washington.
What?
Complete your
Washington defense ain't. I gotta have them. That ain't part, and they ain't part of the stack. The defense don't do nothing towards his stack at all. It don't help his stack at all.
he has the 15th ranked defense.
The Chargers got a good defense. They playing Arizona. Arizona. They playing Arizona. It's in Arizona. Arizona is. Minnesota. I mean, didn't Arizona play Green Bay last week? And Green Bay defense had like 4 or 5 turnovers. You don't know if Harrison gonna play. Without Harrison, I mean the Chargers got a good defense. Chargers ain't got no whack defense. You think the
I've
Chargers
been
defense
I've been
whack?
known to be wrong. I'm just saying. If
I
you don't
mean
if
you've been
I just
known to been biased.
I've been by. I just think that if you and again, if you're gonna go for the stack, get the stack.
No, that's not part of the stat.
It might not be.
What his
It was
offense
part of my
does.
stack. I'm gonna say the only reason I say it was part of my stack when I had Philly, I had Hurt, Smith, and Philly's defense and Philly's head coach.
And you didn't make the playoffs last year.
I won it with the championship though.
You didn't make the playoffs last
I
year.
had the same setup with my
No, you
championship
did.
year.
No, you didn't. No,
Yes,
you
I did.
did. No,
I'm
no, you're not.
okay. Well, go ahead, finish your commentary, and I'm gonna come back
There
and
you go.
I'm gonna
Go
look at it.
find it.
I
You
am, sir.
did. Anyway, the
Hmm.
Chargers defense all year they lowest output has been 12 points.
Hmm.
Why would you get that up for Washington defense? Washington defense,
You are right,
you
and I own that. You are absolutely 100% right. I'm sorry, you're right, 100%.
anyway. All I was saying, I'd like to see if Quinn plays. I'd like to see Quinn matched up against McConkey. I think that is definitely going to be if Quentin goes and Quinn and McConkey goes. That's going to probably be one of the deal breakers for him. Outside of that, man, I think it's a good game. Listen, the rankings crew already said we got them going 7-0. They had already won 2 games.
Hmm.
This would be the third game in that 7-game leg.
Hmm.
So you already know who we going with. And the projections pretty much got us, he got like almost a 30-point lead out the gate.
Hmm.
60% chance to win. You know what I'm saying? You go in that red once you get under 25%. So he ain't but 15% from putting you in the red.
Hmm.
You at home, start off with a 3-point lead. We are going with World Boss
Hmm.
Vision Unity.
Vision Unity.
World
All
Boss in the house.
right. The World Boss currently has a 2-2 away record and a 1-1 home record. The Ass Kickers have a 1-1 home record and a 4-0 away record. So we're gonna see some shit. But I will say this: Hey, World Boss, we've gone back and forth. And this before you do this, this ain't no, what you call it, hoodoo or At the end of the day, the World Boss is a formidable opponent. And I've said this numerous times. He puts together some. I don't. A lot of times I give him shit. We both give each other shit. But this is week 7, and we both know this rivalry game means almost more than making the playoffs. If you could get both coming off 2 tank season, I gave you a lot of shit, and I gave you a lot of shit for a very long time because you gave me a lot of shit for a very long time, and that's just the nature of it is. But you are a formidable opponent, and I want to see what we both do. But I got me winning, and I'm gonna always have me winning. But I got me winning because projections don't win motherfucking games, points do, and I'm going on record saying QJ not playing on Sunday. So I got me, he got you. We gonna move on.
I
You ready?
want him in the lineup.
Huh?
If he not, again, you might want him in the lineup.
It's not about what
Yep.
I want. I'm telling you, he's not.
Okay.
All right. So
Okay, so
we gonna go ahead and let's do U City Lions and Sparks Bucks. Mostly everybody else is probably already at 60%. So this is the next closest game between, unless it's gonna be Chibo Burgers and Cheese to Dine. So, but we're gonna go to U City Lions and Sparks Bucks. U City Lions and Sparks Bucks. U City Lions currently sits at 1-5, fourth in their division. Projected for the first time to hit 203, over 200. No, they've been projected to hit over 200. They just barely hit over 200. You got Herbert, Darnold, Connor. On the other side, coming off a fresh win, we got Sparks Bucks, 214, Stroud, Robinson, and Pollard. But before we get into it, Roy, you already know we got an episode of what? What I hate. So what we're gonna get ready to get into what I hate. By whom Lord motherfucking hate. This is going to be interesting, people. You ready?
yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
Man, you know what's on this week? Is What We Hate by Lord Hate. I'll tell you what I'm hating on this week. As always, I'm hating on Vanta black ass motherfuckers that's darker than my motherfucking shoes. See them bitches?
Really, nigga?
They darker than these motherfucking shoes I got on. I tell you, they darker than my motherfucking heart that I got on. And they fucking Jag/Fags fan. I can't believe it, Cookies, that you still doing that. So I'm always gonna start the segment with that shit.
Your cookies.
I'm gonna say what happened. Congratulations to the winners this week. Fuck the losers this week. And then I gotta put this out here too. I hate when motherfuckers try to ask you questions like, hey, what you want for that first round pick that you drafted in the first round? You want a second and a third? Fuck nah. I want a first and a pick, nigga. I'm finna do that motherfucking shit that you trying to offer me, man. Get the fuck on with that bullshit. Knowing that shit is trash. If I drafted him in the first round, then guess what I want? I want a nigga like him now and somebody in the fucking first round in next year. Know that to be true. Also, I'll tell you what else before I'm leaving out. I'm hating all fucking Lambs fans. They go for Darkness, Cheese to Dine, and the rest of you trash.
No shit.
I hate y'all team and what y'all stand for. Just as much as I hate Cookies. Lord hate out, bitch.
Okay.
You know
So
what this
yeah, I mean that was actually one of his worst movies of all time. It wasn't really funny. He was he's upset because he wants to do a trade,
Mm-hmm.
which is weird because he wants you to make the offer.
Mm-hmm.
He wants you to accept his counter. And it's like, look, nigga, don't nobody want your players. Fuck, I know you drafted Xavier Worthy in the first round. This motherfucker is hit and miss. He like the 44th ranked wide receiver at his
Motherfuckers gave
position.
me shit because I didn't get draft worthy. Look
No,
at you.
I'm just saying. No, we did give you shit. But listen, just because you drafted him in the first don't mean
He
I
worth.
want him. You know what I'm saying? He Worthy a good player. You the one that's asking for a trade. I'm not knocking down your door, sending you offers. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, it's like, hey, I don't nobody do trades with me. You openly brag, and I showed you in the room. You openly brag and say, "Hey, I'm gonna charge y'all a lot. All my players expensive." Like, nigga, guess what? Guess what? Fucking Lamborghinis don't do commercials. You know why?
Because they sell the motherfucking sell.
Yeah, and guess what? I ain't trying to go buy it.
And they got a motherfucking name. If you want, look, like I tell motherfuckers that you want a t-shirt, you can get Hanes or you can get Ralph, but you gonna pay for Ralph. If you want motherfucking what was it? It was he wanted Nico. You want Nico Collins, nigga, you gonna have to go pay for that motherfucker.
Nah, and here we go. Nico Collins. Let's be honest. Let's just put it out there. Nico Collins, one of the best wide receivers.
I
Before he
think at
got
the
hurt,
time, I
he
think
was
at the
matter of
time he
fact,
was the
I
number
think
one.
he's still leading the league in receiving yards, I believe, or top 5. He didn't bring that same energy that he didn't bring that same energy for when he wanted to trade for Nico. He didn't bring that I want this or better. No, he like, hey, let me get this for a second and third. The same energy that he said he don't want brought to him when he went pursuing a player, that's the same energy he came with. So, like, I don't want to hear about where he wanted this and that. As far as this darkness retreat goes, he needs to relax on
Get you
this
one.
darkness. Talking about black as his shoes. You know what I seen when I looked at his shoes? Do
Don't do
you
it.
remember? No, did you see? It looked like he was wearing a motherfucking size 6. Little foot ass nigga. You showing your you motherfucker. I'm gonna have to replay this motherfucker back. But I swear to God, I'm like, look at that little girl shoe he got on. Like, nigga, what the fuck you coming out? Like, you like, come on, this nigga had on a size 6. Like, them old pretty ass Jordans on. Them motherfucker was pretty and petite. This nigga was wearing a motherfucking size 6 shoe. Like, come on, man. You couldn't come up with something else. This nigga showed dog. I'm telling you, I'm just looking in my head and I was like, he got a small ass foot. Hey, them little fag ass shoes he had on. I'm sorry, I shouldn't even say call it fag. I call it Jag. Call it my. He's saying I'm a Fags fan, but he talking about the Jags. And I seen some petite ass Jordans.
What size what they cost? What size?
Them shoes was petite. He pulled them up. I mean, they didn't look, you know what I'm saying? They didn't look like no man size. Like, this dude, whoa. You shot, I I'm wearing size 6.5 in men. Anyway, we can go to the game now. Showing them little girl shoes.
Sports Bucks goes 4-3. The U City Lions continue to their losing ways. You got Stroud, Robinson, and Pollard. On the other side, you got Herbert, Darnold, and Connor.
Going with
The U City Lions are trash, and they
I'm
can take
going with the U City Lions
you are
for the
out your
win.
fucking mind. You said it last week.
Division
You
unity. And it would have happened last week, but
Mm.
the U City Lions made a horrible call not starting Lazard. He paid $100 for Lazard. Lazard should have been in the lineup, but he wasn't. This week He's got
Not to
Adams
mention,
and
not to
Lazard.
mention, he almost lost his pick. Mention that.
He didn't make the bet.
Okay.
He's gonna have to move Sweat out the lineup. Sweat is on the bye.
Sweat
I
is
don't.
trash. Is number 53 in the fucking position that he has at
Sweat
defensive
had a good.
end. And at the end of the day, you keep marching Sweat funky ass out there with
Sweat had
3.6 because you still waiting on the motherfucking name. These ain't the niggas that took you to the championship, nigga.
Stop it.
You have
Stop it.
Sweat. I'm sorry. You know what? At the end of the day,
Stop
you
it.
keep marking that
No,
motherfucker out there at 3.6,
Sweat.
51st in his motherfucking position. He's on a
Sweat.
bye, and you still ain't did shit.
He gonna get that
I'll cut my
taken care
mic
of. But
off.
Sweat has been one
He's
of
already been a
his
free
best.
agent since then. He's
Sweat,
already
no,
been a free agency today.
Sweat has been one of his best players for years. And listen, sometimes here we go. Let's say he is gonna drop Sweat. You don't drop Sweat on Wednesday. You drop Sweat Sunday morning so nobody else can pick him up, and then you can bid back on him on Tuesday. That's good GMing right there. So I think he gonna get Sweat out there because he gonna need those extra points. Sweat's been one of his best performers for years, and he is having a down year this year, but he's still been one of his best performers. Be like if Mac was having a bad game or two, you get rid of him. You don't. You ride it out, and that's what he's gonna do. Chicago's one of the best defenses
But we
in the league.
7
Sweat will
weeks
turn
in,
it
bro.
around.
7
Listen, that's
weeks.
one player. It's one player. You're not dropping him for who? You're not dropping him.
Dropping
You
it for
drop everybody.
50 other motherfuckers that's better.
I could find somebody on your lineup that's trash that you not dropping.
Ooh.
I could go. I'll do that later. Again, this is a game that he could win. Division unity. Let's go, Lions. I got the Lions
Division
winning.
unity.
We go to the
Sparks
next
Bucks
game.
beat that nigga's motherfucking ass. Sparks Bucks get on the plus side at 4-3, 1-6 for the U City Lions, nigga.
Okay.
Yeah.
You seem a little aggravated.
I'm not aggravated.
All right, let's go. Let's stay in this
This is Southeast. Cheese the
Yeah.
Don versus Chibo Burgers. These niggas work together. They partners. Chibo Burgers bought Cheese the Don in. Cheese the Don is I steal and recycle jokes motherfucker, but he got Jalen Hurts, which is a great trade for him. Jalen Hurts is currently the number 11
Jalen
quarterback.
Hurts.
Kamara,
That is not a great trade.
Aaron Jones.
That is not a great
Kyron
trade.
Williams. Chibo Burgers
You don't
went
wanna
Kyron Williams back, supposed to hit 25. Lamar Jackson do Lamar Jackson shit. And Drake London coming on with Cousins at quarterback. 258, 225. Chiefs Don, 3-3, second in the division. 5-1. Chibo Burgers, second in the South, number 5 seed. Listen, overall, these two teams, Chibo Burgers continues to be team of the week every week, all week. We was doing the show on Sunday for Monday morning, and we was just watching Chibo Burgers just constantly score. And they ended up being a team of the week. They the first team to go over 300 this year. And even on Monday or Thursday, I think it was Monday morning quarterback, I said when he was worried the Rankins crew was coming out, I still believe that in order to beat a man, you got to beat the man. That's why you were the 5th seed and not the 1st seed. The 1st seed is the 1st seed because head to head they did their thing. You are number 1 in bragging rights. You are number 1 in scoring. You are on paper the number 1 team in the league. But rankings wise, if Georgia lost to Auburn, one of them gonna be the number 1 team, whether they go ahead and run the table or not, and lead in every other statistical category. But I'm gonna go on at the end of the day. Chibo Burgers continues on the 6-1. Cheese the Don, Mr. 5-9.
Keep pushing in there.
Goes down 3-4. Do I think Cheese the Don breaks the 5-9 curse? Yes, but I think that motherfucker's gonna hit 6 and/or 7 games.
Why do you think Jalen Hurts was a good trade? Because Jalen Hurts has been a turnover machine. No, see, I'm just asking a question. This is a question I asked you. Why you think Jalen Hurts was a good trade? I just said
Who did
Jalen
he have
Hurts
at
has been
quarterback before?
Jalen Hurts has
Who did
been
he have at quarterback before?
He had Kirk Cousins.
Okay, so we go ahead. Where's Kirk? Where we at? I'm gonna go. Where Kirk Cousins at?
Um,
Where's he at?
he on Brandon squad.
Brandon squad. So let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and keep talking. I'll get your point, but I'm
I'm
going to
just
tell you that.
wondering why you think he was you said a great trade,
hmm
and I'm just wondering.
I think he had it was good for him.
He gave up his first next year.
Uh
Gave
huh.
up a second this past draft.
Uh
He
huh.
gave up his first next year and his first in 2026. Jalen Hurts has been a turnover machine.
So what are you saying?
I'm just saying, real football wise, Jalen Hurts he needs to turn it around. Fantasy football wise, he's been all right. But real football wise,
Do we play real football or we play fantasy?
we play fantasy. I'm just saying, but real football can get in the fantasy's way.
Mm-hmm.
Real football can get in the fantasy's way. Just like you telling people to start Aiden O'Connell over other people when
How did
Aiden
do?
O'Connell was
How did
trash.
Aiden O'Connell do?
He scored 13 points. He was trash. Trash. Anyway,
So you never gave no trash advice? No, fuck that. How you
anyway,
never gave
let's
no trash?
go. Let's go. Listen, I'm normally a division unity guy, but not in this game. Not in this game. Uh, it's gonna take a
Bro, you watch this,
miracle.
man.
First off, it's gonna take a miracle for anybody outside of Team Commish to beat Chivo Burgers. Chivo Burgers is rolling.
Mm.
They is rolling. Gotta look at they schedule. I know they've had Laporta and Kyron Williams both had their buys, but outside of that, most of their buys are either late or scattered. So you're not gonna catch them on a big bye week outside
Mm.
of week 14. This team is loaded. 300 last week, 300 points last week. Uh, First 300-point performance of
The
their
year.
franchise history.
Oh, that's
First
their franchise?
300, yeah, that's their first 300-point game, and the first one of the season, and might be the only one. Or if anybody else does it,
Don't.
um, if anybody, I mean, if it happens again, it'll probably happen by them. Offensively, I'm gonna tell you where this team is scary at. They
Mm-hmm.
got a stacked lineup. They went out there and they made deals. Most of the times when you see it's a 16 team league, so if you see a stacked lineup like that, more than likely you done sold off all your future.
GM work.
But where this team is special, and I'm telling you, like really, really special, is their defense. They defense. They
Show what I'm
defense
drinking.
is crazy. TJ Watt, a good NFL player, a great fantasy player.
Big boat.
What's his name?
Quay Walker.
Ryan Branch.
Yeah.
Quay is mid to me, but he can have a good game. But Brian Branch,
Number
he's
6.
a he's like a he's a he's got the dual designation,
Mm.
cornerback safety. He's more of a safety than a cornerback, but he plays in the nickel. So they gave him the cornerback. What's called? This dude is a freaking cheat code. He's been double digits points. He's got like a safety points, but he can be put in that cornerback slot.
He's
It's
everything that
crazy.
the Lions wanted Simmons to be.
Ugh. All right, Jalen and this guy Jalen Jones, this cornerback, and he picked him up. I think he picked him up in September, late into September. He kind of watched him, the guy is taking off. We all had a chance to pick him up. Chivo Burgers was smart on that. Got him. This
September,
kid,
he's the number 2 cornerback in all the league.
and if I mean, I think his worst one was a 5, but I mean he's
He's
almost
number
good
2.
for
You know who got number 3 and
almost
4?
10. I don't know who's
That
got the
Pickens
number
got
3
3 and 4.
at cornerback.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, it's not your segment, but
I,
anyway, this guy, and he also got Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa is he's steady, but he goes off. He'll have a game where he goes off 4 or 5 times a year, where he'll have a big time game. So that defense, this dude defense is crazy. And lately, he's been streaming. He used to be like last year. He was pretty much Dallas all year with defense. This year, he's been streaming. Dallas has been kind of shitty, so he's been streaming. But his special teams has been bam, bam, bam. He's been hitting every time he streams somebody. He's been hitting. He did go out and pay like 150 or something like that for the Atlanta head coach. Atlanta's offense is really going. I mean, it's gonna take a miracle for Cheese the Don to win it. I really don't want to go with Cheese the Don team because a lot of them play tomorrow. A lot of them hurt or he's got Njoku who is tied to Watson. We was all wrong on Watson. You was right.
trash.
Look at it, you ready to chime in now. You was right on Watson and this and that. One thing I do like about Cheese the Don team, he's got this tight end, Kyle Pitts. Woo, I like
Oh,
that guy.
boy.
Fucking like that guy. And you look, and I hope everybody stay away from Kyle Pitts because I do plan to make a run at Kyle Pitts over the offseason. But my official pick is Chivo Burgers, but let's all root for Cheese to Don. We
Why?
love to see
Do
if
we?
Chivo Burgers bleed.
Really?
Right now, he looks unhuman. We love to see. Hey, does he bleed? He's a man.
He
He
does bleed.
bleeds.
He's already lost the game. He does bleed. My
They
thing
lost to a
is,
team commish though.
so?
This is what I'm saying. It's kind of like when you playing defense.
Hmm.
It's kind of like when you playing defense against a really good offensive team, and everybody say, "Oh, see, all you gotta do is play this defense." Well, not
No, no,
necessarily.
no, no.
If you don't got
In
the
this whole
players to
recording,
play that
since we've been
defense,
doing this show, I really want you to understand.
here we go.
Cheese the Don. Well, you keep saying miracle. Your words. You keep saying miracle, not
We
me.
gonna need a miracle to beat
It
Chivo Burger.
reminds me of what was that Full Metal Jacket when Gunny was telling Private Pile. He said if God wanted you over that obstacle, he would have miracled your ass over the motherfucking obstacle. It's gonna take him God to miracle your ass over Chibo Burgers, nigga. You go 3-4, well on your way to a potential 5-9. Maybe I might be right by 5-9, 6-8. Chibo Burgers goes to 6-1. Say I'm lying.
I'm ready to move on to the last
I
game
bet
of
you
the
are ready to
East.
move on.
The East versus the South. Come on, that'd be Team Commish versus the FFC.
Team Commish currently 6-0. Number 1 team in my Autoland. First in the South Division. Projected hit 238. These niggas have had the worst, the least, the hardest, the softest puss ass schedule in the last few weeks. You got
Kinda
Saquon Barkley hit the 21. Walker 20. Mahomes 18. Mahomes hasn't been Mahomes this year. You got the team new north side, fourth in the division. 2-4, not really giving a fuck because they got a shit ton of picks next year. And the year after that. 166 on the projection. You got Bo Nix, Aaron Rodgers, and the Raiders defense. This is not much of a game because Team Commish continues to get a soft schedule. So I'm not going to go really deep into this. New Northside
I
is
will say
2-5. Team Commission who thinks they're going to go 17-0, they go 7-0, and one game away from clinching their playoff berth. I'm cutting them
first off,
because I don't want to.
first off,
I'm disgusted
I
by it.
don't.
Their schedule is soft.
People
Your
be
schedule is soft, and I'm gonna take my time. I ain't gonna stop. Your schedule is soft as a motherfucker. All these niggas is soft. You come out here, you the number one team in all the land, but the last few weeks, niggas, you been coming up short. You been real, 200-ish, 2011, and this, that, and that. I always talk about, but I'm done. I'm sorry.
now. See, if you believe the fake narrative that he's trying to preach, you'll fall for anything. First off, Team Commish is the second leading scorer in this league. Second, only behind Chivo Burgers. Only team outside of Chivo Burgers to clip 1,400 points. The only team. Second in the division, so all this early winning, second in the division. The only team to score 1,400 points. Okay? So don't believe the hype. And now we talk about week schedule. He got me. We have the second easiest schedule in the league. But other teams, there's other teams out here, we didn't score, we ain't only had 1,180 scored against us. But there's other teams out here with a 5-1 record who only had 1,198. 18-point difference. So for as soft as our schedule is, there's other guys' team whose schedule is just as soft, just as weak, terrible. But they'll tell you that. One thing I did forget to mention this, and I hate going back, but I will go back because this ain't nothing. We're gonna beat New Northsiders. We will go to 7-0. But in that big rivalry game that this guy tried to say it's just another game, it's not. It's a lot on the line. The Ass Kickers has a chance in the rankings, crew rankings, which is highly respected amongst the rankings, to be the number one team if he beats his rival. The number one team, even though Chivo
They don't
Burgers
want
is
it.
out, also the number one team. Team Commish, also the number one team. They have a chance to take a piece of that if they win. Now, if they lose, which they currently number 2, World Boss will jump up to that number 2 spot, regardless of what happens the teams do in front of him. He'll jump up to that number 2 spot, his highest rankings in the last 2 years, number 2. So it's a big game that he tried to make it not like it's not a big game. It is a big game. It's a lot on line. People listen. The rankings, crew rankings, doesn't affect anything as far as playoff season, but it's big. And to be
It
ranked
is
number
big.
one, in the ranked crew ranking is a big thing. He knows it. The league knows it. Everybody's trying to get a piece of the pie. So now
Oh,
we can go on to the last 4 games, which would be the West
I'm,
versus the North.
I ain't done. The
Oh, you
reason,
got more to say?
yes, I do.
Go
At
ahead.
the end of the day, they need the win more than the ass.
Don't do
On
that.
so
Don't
many,
do
like they need
that.
it for the bragging,
Don't
they need
do
it for the
that.
shit talking, they need it for the record. But
Let
I
me ask
still
you
have to
this.
ask. I'm not going. You were
No, no,
asking.
no, no, no,
I'm
no, no,
sorry.
no, no,
I'm
no.
sorry.
If you lose,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
don't
And then, like
have
I say,
it's
if I
it's no
win,
big thing. No, no,
when
no.
I
It's no
win,
big thing. No. So okay. So it's
when
no
I
big
win, I'm not
it's no
saying
big
nothing
thing if
about
you
it.
lose. It's
Yeah,
no big thing if you lose.
when I win, I'm not gonna say nothing about it and be like, "Damn, that was a good week 7 win." I ain't gonna dwell on it. I've been
That's
kicking this nigga
trash.
around for years.
That's trash. He was kicking your ass for years
He
too.
was. Now I got the
And
gun. Now I
so
got the gun. He
so it's no
chasing
big
me.
thing.
Remember,
So it's
he
no big
chasing
thing.
me.
He is.
He exactly. So
So
at
it's
the
no
end of the
big
day, he
thing.
chasing me.
So it's no big thing for you.
I fuck it. They just wait. Remember house money, nigga. Remember I play with house money, nigga. You chasing me.
He a
Remember
two-time
that.
champion.
You fuck what
He
he
a
talking
two-time
about. You
champion.
fuck what he talking about, nigga.
He
You
a
chasing
two-time
me.
champ. He a two-time champ.
At the end of the day, he's still chasing me. He marked this shit on his calendar. He wanted to be down. Nigga, you chasing me. Like I said, it's
So
week
you need to
7.
win. You still need to
I
win
don't I
the
don't
game.
I could
You
use the
need to
win.
win the
I
game.
could use the
No,
win.
you
I
need to
could
win the game.
I could use the win. He need to
Mm,
win the game, but I'm
okay.
winning. I already said what I said. So we move on. Who
Okay.
you want to see? Who you want to hear?
Sound like you just
Who you want to
it
hear?
sounds like you putting in your precursor.
I ain't putting on no pre. I already said I'm
Yeah.
winning. I'm winning. He need to win. I
Okay.
want to win.
Okay.
Nigga, we wake up in the morning, do what the fuck we want. Nigga, you do what you can. We need not give a fuck how you do this. We want to win. You need to win. Fuck what you talking about. Who you want to go next? Gronk and Broad Street? El Patrona? St. Louis People's Champ?
So disappointing. And go ahead, you just pick. I'm just
El Patron People's Champ. We got El Patron
Us.
3-3. They are tied for first in their divisions. Currently sit second in the rankings. 219 Cousins, Burrow, Chase. That Burrow Chase nigga. Hey, I remember. So I got a chance to finally rewatch the show, and I'm gonna go ahead and get into that. Remember the show. Jonathan Taylor for El Patron doing his thing. AR-15 trash to me. And AJ Brown. 3-3, second in the West. 3-3, second in the East. 219 to 170. El Patron get they shit pushed in by the People's Champ. They go 4-3. El Patron go 3-4, and they are ruining. I actually talked to him, and I told him, I said, "You out here ruining niggas' careers." He's like, "What you mean?" I said, "Everybody on your squad stays injured. You fucking with niggas' careers." People's Champ. You talked last week when he was going against the Lions, and he was like, he needs XYZ. He also got to pick up probably a defensive tackle from Buffalo, and he went and stuff like just he kind of worked that, but it was sparse. He was like 25 points. That's really, and I don't know it because I watched it today. You gave People's Champ, and the People's Champ actually said, "Damn, Royce and the Rankins crew, they picked against me." And you was like, it's got a lot to be happened. But again, People's Champ went out there and they won.
Oh, you talking about last week?
Yes, sir. I
Yeah,
watched the show today, yeah.
I did pick against him last week. Yeah,
Mhm.
because he was down 25.
And I'm going to tell you, this is exactly what you said. You was like, it's an 8-point difference. He said, them 8 points, this is you. And I watched it today because I remembered the segment. I wanted to make sure I quoted. You was like, man, 8 points might be the difference between a win and a loss. And it was literally 8.14. No, it was 8.04 points. Those 8 points he got from that defensive tackle that you suggested. This is why I tell y'all people, we not out here just hating and we just out here just talking. We give gems. And this nigga gave a gem, and I watched it today. He said the difference was going to be 8 points. He called it to the T, and the difference was 8.04 points.
Yeah,
So that was the difference between the win and loss. So I'll go ahead and say that People's Champ beat the shit out of El Patron. They go 4-3 on their way to try to hit the division.
Yeah, I think People's Champ will win. El Patron had to set his lineup, but I don't know if Marvin Harris was gonna play with that concussion.
I don't think he practiced.
He got to set his lineup. But even with him setting his lineup, I'm sure he'll get Watson in. He'll get AR in if they start Brian Young. Hawkinson might come back. If Hawkinson, I know he practiced today on a limited edition. If Hawkinson comes back, that's a game changer. That is a game changer.
That pick is coming back to haunt him some fears.
We'll see. Listen, he can't stay healthy. A lot of people pick AR-15 because of his running abilities. Just like just like
No, I wasn't talking
Jalen
about
Hurts.
AR-15. I'm talking about Adonai Mitchell. That was that pick.
Who else would have picked at 11? I
Pick
mean,
that I
he
want to
had
take.
12.
Who went after?
Uh, Nobody really. I mean, it's some gems, but at that point, how we thought in the draft, nobody was really nobody after Bowers at 11 has really stepped up. Like I say, Bucky Irvin. It's been some cats, but they wasn't projected. We'd have looked at him like he was crazy if he'd have drafted any of these cats at
True.
what's called. You give Mitchell a chance, you know. Uh, outside of that, look, here's the deal. Here's the deal. Tron isn't. He's gonna probably lose this.
Probably.
People's Champ. Yeah, he got to set his line up, but People's Champ has a chance to get his, like we say, get his shit together with his squad and come back in the division, possibly already as the champion. That's how
Can
bad the North is.
I make a prediction?
Go ahead.
I think Brandon in the East and Gronk in the West come out of nowhere and take their divisions.
I don't come out of nowhere. Brandon's in the North,
Mhm.
and
He's in the East.
Brandon's in the North.
He's in the East. I'm sorry, North.
Brandon's in the North. His division is trash. He's currently tied for first with a team that's on a 3-game losing streak, the Matrix, who I told you was frauds.
Oh,
Bullyfoot's team is just not getting it done, and Black Republicans team is rebuilding. So Brandon, like I said, he could win a good 3 to 4 out of his next 5. Not 5 or 6. Go on next 5. Go back into the division, and it be over already. So we like Brandon. But Brandon's playing for playoff positioning. That's what he's playing for. And he's got 3 losses. So he's gonna win the division. He's gonna be a top 4 pick. Will he be 4, 3, or 2?
Mhm.
1 is probably locked up from team commission.
Okay, so you got Tron losing, going to 3 and 4. Brandon goes to 4 and 3. Both of them needed that game. It's not going to happen for them. I'm going to go Missouri Kings and Black Republicans.
Good win for Missouri Kings. That'll put them at
I want to talk
5 and 2.
It
That'll
does.
put them at 5 and 2. Black Republicans, as you can see, they are clearly rebuilding.
They're rebuilding for 8 years.
That's not true. In 2020, they were in the playoffs. Let's not do that.
One playoff game.
Missouri Kings got a chance to go 5 and 2, which is huge because
They've never been that.
they still got a game against the Matrix. That gives them 6. They got a game against Bullyfoot. That could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll probably lose to People's Champ. But that also could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this team has a chance to make the playoff. It's exciting to watch the Missouri Kings. I don't want to break this game down. Missouri Kings gonna win. It's exciting to see the Missouri Kings with a big chance to make the playoffs. This is big. They gave up their first round pick. Some of those players haven't hit. Some of them players haven't hit. Some have. But we thought when they gave that pick up, it was a top 5 pick. It might not even be a top 8 pick.
I don't think
it might not even be a top 80 pick.
10 at worst.
As a division winner, it might not be a top 10 pick.
I'm looking forward to going to West next year to face LTK because he'll have a formidable opponent after I win division this year. Listen, Black Republicans, 1 playoff berth in 8 years. Your shit is trash. Take Bigsby and Zach Moss. I will say this: you niggas work the wire, and you niggas do y'all thing. I will give y'all that. Kyler Murray, he's and I always told you he was a nigga your height. Kings. Now I want to talk about. Remember, I looked at the show from Thursday.
Top
Okay.
10, top 10 quarterback.
I looked at the show from Thursday. You said Missouri Kings is going to lose, and it saddens you because it was a blunder to put Geno Smith in above Baker Mayfield, and you were saying that he's going to lose, and it's sad that he's going to lose. I want to say the dude eventually won, but I mean, we knew, and everything you said was correct. But I just want, only because I watched the show, I had to go to Clayton today, and I had to go to Course Builder. You know what that means. Other niggas that live here know what that means. But so I listened to the show. I finally got to listen to the show. He ended up winning, and Cheese the Don. I don't. It sounds cliche, but he didn't lose. I mean, he didn't win. Cheese the Don lost, and Missouri Kings. Like I said, you really went in on him. You was like, I'm disappointed. You called it a blunder. Not you said it's not a mistake. It's a blunder. Those are your words. But
Yeah.
you do sits at 4-2.
And look, first off, I did say he was gonna lose. Conklin didn't come through for Cheese the Dime, but if I was the Kings, I wouldn't be like you. He got to wake up in the morning. Stat correction. Stat
It's a
correction
real
is
motherfucking thing.
yeah, he only up by like a half a point,
Half a
point and a
point.
half, a
I
point and a
couldn't
half.
do
So
whatever he is.
yeah, either like up a point and a half. So stat correction can happen, and if that
Point
does
and a
happen,
quarter.
that win turns into a loss. But it's
Tackle.
way close. It's way closer than it need to be. If he started Baker Mayfield, he'd be
Mhm.
up 16 points right now.
And we're not even talking about it. You are
Right.
absolutely correct. But at this point, Missouri Kings goes on to beat
5-2.
Black Republicans 5-1-6. It is what it is. The student and the teacher. New York City Matrix, Hurricane Walk.
Playing each other.
Yes, sir, they are.
Uh, the
You currently have
worst two owners in the league. These are 1-2. I don't care what nobody else records say. When you watch these two handle their team, these are the worst two owners in the league.
I'm
They
just gonna go
are
through the numbers and I'm gonna give
pathetic.
it all the way to you, and you can give
Yes,
you give them both with that.
you want to
Hurricane
bore
Walker
us with
lost
these
that lost
numbers.
a Hurricane Walker lost a
Your
nail
team.
biter.
He didn't lose a
And
nail. It wasn't a nail biter. Tell the truth. Tell the story.
I'll give you your time, and you
Tell
can
the story. No, you tell the story from your perspective and
my
just tell the
perspective
truth.
that my perspective is this, and I'm gonna go through them. I'm gonna give you my perspective. I'm gonna turn it over to you. Hurricane Walker sits 2-4. Currently projected hit
Put
221.
us to
Josh Allen,
sleep.
and Cook, and Debo Samuel, his top projected three scores. You got on the other side, New York City Matrix. Neighbors is not playing, but they got him at 21. Mixon 17. Russell Wilson 16, and I don't even believe you're starting. 3-3 in the Matrix, 2-4 in the Walkers. The Walkers have a great team. The Walkers lost a nail biter to the ass kickers last week because they didn't set their lineup. I have no clue why. They have points on the bench. Sometimes we leave points on the bench. Bad coaching happens all the time. Chibo Burgers, the Lions, the ass kickers, the world boss, Missouri Kings. You just talked about it. People
Can
sometimes
you can
back.
you can
Can
you
I get
just
this?
tell the story?
I'm finna tell the story.
Nobody leaves points on the bench when they starter is out on their starter's pretty much been out since Friday. The game's on Sunday. It's different from I'm starting this guy and something happens and he actually is playing once the kickoff starts. No, this fucking asshole of a owner didn't take players out of the fucking lineup. You know why? Because he wanted to sabotage his team, obviously. Maybe and we also got some insight from some other people who know him that he might be more invested in another league. I understand that. I get it. It's some other leagues that I'm in, and I'm not as invested in them as I am in this league. He's a bad owner, though. He's a terrible owner because if you getting on, here's the thing. If you getting on to check your other leagues, why the fuck you can't come over here and check this league? We calling you out. You can't look. I ain't the one that did the interview to say I'm gonna win it next year. I ain't the one week one to say we on your ass. Why the fuck you would say some shit like that? And then only prove me right. Only prove me right. You on my ass. No, no. You a terrible owner. A terrible owner. So let's see if any of these the worst two owners in the league, how they updated their lineup. Well, one thing we do know, I don't know why he got Hayden Hurst on his team, another tight end that said is so fucking trash. Likely had the biggest game. Likely had one against me, and week one when he didn't even start him. And he keep trying Likely out there every week. Fucking trash. Look, one thing I know, if Neighbors do play, said we'll put him in the lineup Sunday morning. Cause said wakes his ass up on Sunday morning and does a last minute check.
I watched you on the game, and you did exactly that. You talk about a motherfucker wake. You said, and I quote, said wake his lazy ass up on Sunday morning. And he still, I guess he hasn't taught Walker that part of the game.
He
You
ain't.
are lousy.
Walker got one of the best teams in this league. I've watched his lineup. I looked at Walker's lineup and said, he gonna be a prop. You know what I'm saying? I talk shit about him, but I done walked up and said, he gonna be a problem. But guess what? He not a problem because Walker is trash. He trash. And he was given this team. He made some great draft picks. He's made some great draft picks.
Was
He
he
done
given
a
the team or did he earn it?
listen, the team was built by Hell's Bells. And then at the height of Hell's Bells turn, because we seen this team was a piece of trash. Didn't have a quarterback. You traded him Josh Allen. He drafted Jamar Chase. He drafted Cook because he had Josh Allen. He sat through, I think, 1 or 2 years of Cook being ass before Cook finally got it and became the man. So when he got this team, it was built. He didn't have to build shit. Every team that's on this team, Gibbs, just drafted him first draft. He had a third pick, just drafted him. He didn't have to do shit to get Gibbs. That was the obvious choice. Rashad White, he did in a trade. Debo Samuels, he did in a trade for Jamar Chase. I mean, even if he didn't have Debo and Rashad White, he'd have still had Jamar Chase. This team was good to go. He improved it with some good draft picks, but he is ruining it because he not invested in the league. Obviously, listen. It's a nobody's ever done this, like seriously done it. But I
Don't,
wouldn't have a
don't,
problem. I
don't.
wouldn't have a problem with him grabbing one of his homeboys, not somebody that's already in the league. One of his homeboys, and have it's an option to have two owners. Maybe he could have somebody that's more invested in the league help him out. If he does do that, I'd hope the person he bring in ain't a mute like he is, somebody that can come in the chat room and chat it up with us. But he obviously need help. He's not like Brandon said. He's not as invested, and he's investing in other leagues. So maybe he needs somebody who know what they doing, and a co-owner to help him out because he's ruining a good team. Ruining a good team.
Does he win?
He playing Say It. Say It team trash. Absolutely, he win. He don't have to wake up this week. He could take the fucking week off for 2. If you're gonna play said, you know what I'm saying? He don't need to show up. He could chill. This the week he could chill. White probably still ain't gonna play, and he ain't move. White ain't. That's a crazy thing. White been in that same goddamn spot. It's like nigga, wake your ass up and take White out the fucking lineup.
He was on today. He made some moves today. I ain't got nothing.
He ain't do shit.
All
And
right.
if you
So
look at his fucking lineup, you look at his bench, which pisses me off with his bench. This nigga got 4 goddamn cornerbacks on his team. 2 of them he ain't never started. He got Rayshawn Jenkins, who is a jag ass safety, who's on IR. Why don't you just get rid of him? You got 2 kickers. Your one kicker, I think, already had his bye. Maybe not. But okay, Elliott had his bye. But why you got 2 kickers on your team? You know what I'm saying? This nigga got like 17 defensive ends on his lineup. He got Landry, he's got Van Winkle, he's got Karlaftis, he's got Henderson. He just like, ooh. The reason you can't put nobody in because you got a whole bunch of defensive players on your bench. And guess how much motherfucking money he got in goddamn free agent budget?
$1,000.
I called him low activity. He was just so offended. Yeah, how you gonna tell me what to do with my team? Because you ain't doing shit. I seen you your rookie year. You didn't do shit. Nothing. And it's the same thing. The same thing. He need help. He need help. What does they say? Get him some milk. That's what this nigga need help. He need help. He need to call one of his boys and say, hey, you mind helping me manage this team? We could probably win a championship, my nigga. We could do it.
Did we do
The only time he show up is for the goddamn draft. And I'll say, his draft's been immaculate. He could draft like a motherfucker.
But after
That's where
that,
it ends. That's
where it is.
Fucking done.
I want to move on to Team Commission New Northsiders.
No, we already did that.
Oh, we did do that. Hey, y'all, I've been smoking. I tell y'all all the time. I'm becoming this motherfucker high. But next we have Broad Street Bullyfoots and Gronk, and they should be our last one. Broad Street Bullyfoots, the current reigning champ, who looks to be the second team to not go and be able to defend their playoffs. I know somebody gave one team the business for that, but they currently sit 2-4 third in the East. You got a 2-4 Gronk third in the West. 188.7 to 171.1. Trevor Lawrence, trash. Andy Dalton and Tyreek Hill. Brock Purdy, Tank Dale, Michael Pittman Jr. These two teams, both, I'm going to say Gronk needs this more than Bullyfoot. Bullyfoot is the champ. You're going nowhere in your division. Gronk needs this because Gronk has a serious chance of being the first team to go 0-4 and still make the playoffs. I got Gronk winning. They have a great team. But right now, Pittman's unquestionable. Singletary's questionable. Chubb's questionable.
Gronk could lose this game. And
Gronk
it's going to be
lose it.
devastating to lose this game.
But then that means he'll get 2 top 5 picks. Because he's not selling Brian Pick. He's not. You call him preemptive. He not selling Brian Pick. Okay. He not selling the pick. I'm telling you, nigga, you watch this shit. He not selling the.
That's fine. Again, he could lose this game. He's saying he can get a top 5 pick. He could also win a championship. He don't have to sell Brian Pick. He can sell his pick. Without Nico, and Nico I think is out for another 2-3 games. Without Nico, the lineup looks shitty. I just gotta be, Tank Dell, decent. Kraft, he okay. Mm, he could lose this game. He need if he win this game, if he can skate by without they playing the North, so he he, he need to win this game. He win this game. Let me check. Let me check his schedule real quick because he win this game. He's scheduled. He's got the projection lead, but he can't lose. Yeah, yeah. Okay. He got Bully Foots. Then he got People's Champ. He'll probably lose that. But then he got Black Republicans and Matrix. So he's two. That's 3 wins. That's 5. He could be 5-5 going to a big game changing
Week
uh
11.
week 11 against the ass kickers.
Mm-hmm.
He really needs to be 5-5, no worse than 5-5 going into week 10. I mean going into week 11. So losing this game hurts. Like I say, I I can see him winning this. If he win this game, that's great. 3-4. He might lose against the People's Champ. People's Champ got a good team, so that'll put him at 3-5. The next 2 games, Black Republican Matrix. That's a win-win. 5-5. Then he should be full strength by week 11. I don't know the bye situations. Then blah blah blah. But that's a good game, and then that'll judge. He can go into the division either 6-5, 5-6, and if he goes in 5-6, he pretty much got a sweep. Because I think Missouri Kings might have it locked up by then, or he go in there 6-5, and he got a little wiggle room. He can win 2 out of 3.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a big game for the Gronk, like you say. Bullyfoot look like it might be over for him, but it's a big game for the Gronk.
Who you got?
I'm going with the Gronk. I'm gonna say he gonna
What the
sneak by.
Gronk?
I think he gonna sneak by. I think he's gonna
Okay.
sneak by and get the win. And like I say, after that, his next big game be against the ass kickers. Full strength. Nico Collins should be back and healthy by then. Full strength against the ass kickers. Week 11.
All right. Well, this has been a very interesting show. It's a lot going on. We are halfway through the season. Did the season at this point look like how you thought it would?
Actually, no. I would say in your guys' division, I actually had Cheese the Dime as the clear cut winner.
Mm-hmm.
The ass kickers being 5-1. I didn't see it. I don't think it's a fluke because we underestimated that stack, and then you getting
Mason.
hours.
Yeah.
Mason, we didn't see that coming. But that if I was giving out MVPs, it'd be that stack right now. Like I said, anytime I look up and that stack playing your projection, whatever it said at the beginning of the week, it's 15 to 20 points higher once the stack is playing. And so I gotta get a stack that stack all its props. I figured Brandon started off slow. Brandon always starts off slow. But Brandon should
Coach.
easily coast. I didn't see Bullyfoot falling off like he fell off. But I didn't think he was gonna be dominant. But I didn't see the fall off like it is.
Then you
Going
just
to the
fall off.
Brian. We've been I ain't gonna lie, I've been predicting Brian's fall off, but I didn't see this type of fall off. And a lot of my talk was scare tactic talk. It was coming down the line, but I mean they all hit a cliff
at the same time.
Well, and when CMC got hurt, he's an older player. It happened. when he got hurt, the whole team they all hit a cliff. I mean, and they starting to come back, but uh, uh, and then GM wise, he made a ton of mistakes. Head coach wise, he made a ton of mistakes. So not only did they get old, he made mistakes that cost him. You know, if he'd have made all the right moves, like I said, that team would
3-3.
have. I say 4-2,
4-2. I can
possibly
fuck with it.
5-1, possibly 5-1 if he'd have made some of the right moves, but he didn't. So he's been a terrible head coach. He's been terrible GM.
Owner.
Owner wise, I mean, it's been a terrible season this year. Chivo Burgers. Listen, Chivo Burgers was always a good team.
You called
What
it
he's
last show. You said Chivo Burgers is going to be scary next year.
And he got even better. Listen, that I didn't see that Baltimore duo doing this great for this long, this consistently. I figured they was gonna have good games here and there, and I figured they was gonna have some duds, but they ain't having duds at all. Seems like it's always good game, good game, good game. And if that fucking Jets duo of Wilson and Hall, if they keep playing like that, he might have more 300 games. And who's seen London? I mean, I knew Kirk was going to unlock some people, but he unlocked London. So London's unlocked. Hall and Wilson's going. The Ravens duo is crazy. Tebow got a crazy squad. He got and like I said, that defense crazy. His special teams, he been hitting. He's streaming, but he been hitting. He hitting on all cylinders. He hitting on all cylinders.
This has been one hell of a half a season. One hell of a half a season.
It has. We'll see
surprises.
How it looks at the end of
we talked about it last
halfway point.
A tale of two halves.
Halves. Last year didn't. No, that was the year before.
No, that was last year when everything like really flipped out and went completely crazy the second half.
No, I'm thinking about Cedric 2 years ago when he started off. What was he?
4-0.
I think he started off 5-2. He eventually was like 7-2, and then he lost his last 7 games.
Mm-hmm.
They're trash.
Well, that has been the Thursday morning pre-cap week motherfucker 7. We are halfway through the season. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in for these last 7 weeks and tuning in the last few years. But from me to you, you to yours, it's me going out. Roy, take them out.
Peace. I ain't really got nothing